All right, there we go. Hang on, Chase has got to sing for us. Dogs on the Run. Here we go. Another exciting Dogs on the Run. He's Mike Cairns. I'm Andy Baskin. Let's get rid of that music. And it's your chance to sound off on the Browns-Steelers game yesterday. I thought about wearing a bag on my head today.
I thought you came in with a bag on your head. We made you take it off.
It's just a bag over my face. I didn't say over my head. Skype in, Dogs on the Run. Call in 216-431-3820. We invite you to start, if you want, you start watching at home on your computer. You can just turn up the volume. We'll explain stuff to you. If it's on the screen, like Angry Dogs Fan is going to be awesome today. I mean, simply awesome.
Yep.
And then you can listen in your car. All you got to do is you can put your phone on speaker, or you can hook it into your Bluetooth, or do whatever you need to do. So we invite you to listen to us on your way into work today as we do another edition of Dogs on the Run. You know what? I care about what you have to say. I care about what I have to say. But I want to go to the phone lines first today, and we'll find out. Tony's already been waiting online for like 15 minutes, who was watching the News Channel 5 show. So, Tony, you are first up on Dogs on the Run.
Yeah,
go.
Tony.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good,
great.
Tony. What'd you think of the game?
Well, I see. I just heard, put the bags over your face. My gosh, that game. The first half was okay. It was 3-3, but then after that, Big Ben, he just took care of the Browns. It was terrible.
I think the Steelers, and I said this last week, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, but I said the Steelers have a pretty easy road. If you looked at the Browns as two potential wins, I think Pittsburgh's in this thing in the end. What happens on Thursday night against the Ravens, I think will be crucial for them if they want to try to make a playoff run. But Pittsburgh is far from dead.
No, Tony, in your opinion, is this a rivalry anymore between the Browns and the Steelers?
I think it will always be a rivalry, but it's not like it was. It's not like it used to be back in the day. But it's still a rivalry. Sure it is. Yeah,
all right.
But we just can't beat the Steelers.
Tony, thank you for the phone call. Hang on the line, Eric. Hang on. What's Eric Cam? Eric Cam, right there. Give that man a T-shirt, would you please?
Yes, sir.
All right, you got a T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
Tony, hang on the line. Let's see, Eric knows how to play.
You got it, yes,
That's
sir.
Eric, the referee, by the way. He's got to get through you
Hey, Tony,
to get
you
on
still
the
there?
air. You've got to get through him, and now you can. Now you hit the whole thing. Andy, there you go. That was bad. Lisa, how are you, Lisa? It's my first mistake.
Hi, my name is Leisha Lay. I'm doing great.
Leisha Lay.
You know what? Throw a flag on
Yeah.
it.
Flag on Eric.
Now,
He's
2
showing
weeks in a row, we can't get your name right.
Leisha, okay, last week we
Right.
called you Lisa.
God, I know.
This week
We're so sorry.
We're sorry.
Leisha
Anyway,
Lay. Much
Yeah,
prettier
you're
name.
great. You're great.
did you get your shirt?
Thank you. Yeah, I got my shirt. I was wondering, can I get another shirt, or how do I go by winning the iPad
You should.
mini?
Eric's all like, Eric the referee's like, we can't give out another free T-shirt. We only have like 15.
I want
in
an
our
iPad
closet."
mini. How do I go by getting the iPad mini?
Oh, iPad Mini. Oh, we've got 100.
Got to like us on Facebook. You got to
You
like
got any in there?
Woos
He's
on
got some
Facebook.
in his jacket. He can give you plenty of those.
Got to like Woos on
What'd you think?
Facebook.
What'd you think of the game?
I thought of the game like the Browns. They always, they in and out, in and out. They win, they lose some, they get some, they gain some, they lose some. But at the same time, Steelers kicked their ass last night. I was salty.
They didn't show.
I was sorry.
It was tough. The offense. I just, Josh Gordon had such a good game yesterday. I just don't understand.
That's what's funny.
It looked like the middle was open, and the Browns, instead of going down the field, they wanted to go to the side of the field, and it was just,
Right.
what
They
happened to
always
vertical passing?
Make their own choices.
No,
Right.
they look like they didn't want to even be there yesterday for the most part. I mean, they were just going through the motions.
All right, Sweet
My
L, thank you.
godfather.
We're going to call you Sweet L from now on. Is that okay?
You call me Shelby like the Mustang.
All right.
Oh,
Shelby, that's
nice,
even better.
Shelby.
Thank you. I used to drive Mustang. Thank you, Shelby. We'll appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
He's got all sorts of names.
All right, so let's go back to the newsroom, because I'm still kind of fired up about what's going on, and we've got a huge show for you. Chris Horn is taking care of things on social media, and we go back to Chris in the newsroom. Chris, what's the scoop? Look how mod you
Hello,
look
fellas.
today.
Whoa, with the ribbed shirt and everything? Bring
It's cold
it.
outside, and I'm from Georgia, so.
Are you
You're
went
lucky
shopping
I'm
over
not
the
wearing,
weekend?
like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man jacket that I bought for this weather.
Shopping over the weekend, getting used to Cleveland weather. Welcome.
Yes, I was happy to be inside watching that terrible game yesterday, though.
Oh,
I felt bad
congratulations.
for the people that were actually there under the blankets dealing
Hey.
with the cold and the game.
Chris, we got to pay the bills. You're on the Wayside Furniture Skype line. Just want
Yes,
to make
we
sure.
are. And
You're
it's
on the
best
Wayside
Skype line in the
Furniture
world. Wayside.
What are the people talking about on social media this morning?
There's a lot to talk about. I mean, you've got Jimmy Haslam in court, or the settlement in court today. You've got maybe there's a backup quarterback coming to the Browns. Could it be Tim Tebow? Is there somebody else out there that they might add? Of course, there's a lot of great. Here we go again with Whedon. What else is there? Like you guys said,
Vince Young.
the rivalries. This even still qualify as a rivalry. So,
Have you paid tribute to Macy's hair yet today? That was an important part of the show earlier today.
I can't sit down before I do that. It's actually, there's a sign above the door when you walk in that requires you do that.
You have to pay tribute.
I think you should walk over.
AC,
He's going to give her.
we all need to pay tribute to your hair, if you don't mind. It looks really. Would you guys say it looks nice? Or
That's all. It's
it looks great.
outstanding.
Yeah,
It's outstanding.
tell her we said hello. She said she loves us, we
Outstanding.
think.
It became outstanding. You got upgraded. You look nice.
All right.
What woman doesn't like to hear you look nice, especially at 7:06 in the morning, right?
That's right.
She's been on for all morning, so.
Nice job.
Yep.
All right, Chris, will you stick around so we can come back to you throughout the show?
I will do my best.
Okay. Don't try not to do any other work today. Just
I
remember
will-
your
I never
focus.
do.
And if you remember in our pre-show meeting that we had today, because we have these long, intelligent pre-show meetings at 6:59, getting ready for
Great
Dogs on the
donuts.
Run, that we were going to go to you many, many times today. So we're coming back to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we did.
I guess I should set up here then.
It's all in the notes. It's in the email. Just read it.
Yeah, you
okay.
can camp out like it's Best Buy on Black Friday. Thank you.
Amen.
All right,
guys.
make sure if you want to join in that conversation, join in on Facebook or on our Newsnet 5 page or anywhere you want to go. Ton of things coming up. We're going to do, well, Eric, I want to make sure that we're on the same page here today. You want to do In the Doghouse or can we do First Thoughts? What do you want to do?
We'll do it in the Doghouse and First Thoughts all in one, but we're getting Kenny Rhoda on to get his Doghouse player as well.
All right, so we'll get Kenny for the Doghouse. So, all right, let's do First Thoughts then. First Thoughts.
First thoughts are I feel so disappointed for the fans that are so invested in this rivalry with the Steelers because it's not a rivalry. And the fans, the Browns fans, are the best fans in the world. They get up for this game more than any game, and I'm just so disappointed that it's past the generation, Andy. You and I remember the great players and the great games between the Browns and the Steelers back to the Terry Bradshaws and the Franco Harris and the Turkey Jones. That isn't happening, and I feel bad for this generation that they're not able to enjoy what we were able to enjoy, which made us Browns fans to begin with.
Well, I'm with you on that. I don't know that, I mean, as far as football concerned, it's not a football rivalry. It's two cities going at it against each other, and I kind of changed my tune last week because I was like, it's not a rivalry at all. It can't be. You know, you play a team twice a year. This isn't college. This isn't Ohio State, Michigan. People are like, oh, look, Andy. You know, Michigan is a rival, and it is for Ohio State, and they're
Recruiting,
totally,
you're stealing recruits. There's
Yeah.
so much more that goes into
you got the
Ohio
10-year
State,
war.
Michigan.
You've got all those things. You know, if you go back and look at history, and Steeler fans sometimes forget about their early history. Their early history is as miserable as the Browns have been since '99. Although now the Browns seem to be going a little bit longer than the Steelers did in their initial phase of being born as a football team. But you know, I just when a quarterback's 16-1 against your team. Roethlisberger was clearly the best player on the field yesterday, and the Steelers' defense played better than I thought. And I think a lot of people thought the Steelers' defense wouldn't be that good. Well, guess what? They were. Pittsburgh had a much better game plan.
Troy
going into
Polamalu,
yesterday.
you can say how old he is or not, but oh my goodness, that guy can still play some football. And whether or not he got up for just the Browns, Troy Polamalu can still play some football.
All right, fresh off his Ohio State postgame show, Kenny Rhoda joins us. Kenny, your first thoughts on the game?
Shocked, surprised. I can't believe the outcome yesterday. I picked the Browns to win 16-13 in the game because I've watched the Steelers all season long, and they've been awful all season long. Their defense has been terrible. They were a -8 coming in the turnover ratio, and they win yesterday 4 turnovers to none. And that, to me, that really was the difference in the game, turning the ball over like they did, 3 fumbles, the pick 6. Joe Hayden, your best player, getting beat in the biggest game of the season. I mean, it's hard to pick on Joe Hayden, right? He's been outstanding, playing at an all-pro level all season long. But the big play yesterday, I mean, think about it. He's gone up against Calvin Johnson and some of the other great wide receivers that he's faced, and it's the little guy, Antonio Brown, who beats Joe Hayden for the biggest play of the game, the 41-yard touchdown pass there right before halftime. And to me, that's when the Browns lost this game. It was 3-3 with about 3 minutes left to go in the first half, and Hayden gives up the touchdown. Obadiah fumbles, field goal, 13-3 at halftime, and that's when the game was lost.
All right, Kenny, we're going to do In the Doghouse here in 1 second. Hang on. I want to take a phone call. We can all listen. Danny is on the phone lines, 216-431-3820. Hi, Danny.
Hello.
Good morning, Danny.
How you doing this morning?
Good. What's up, Danny?
I just like to say, man, that the Browns, it seems like they just quit, man. When it's time for them to get started, they just seem to just give up. I mean, Hayden was doing so good and stuff, and they get going and they just give up.
So are you saying in general for the entire season or just yesterday's game?
No, I mean, it's just the entire season. It seems like when they get going, they play tough in the beginning, and then they just seem to fail, man. I mean, they just totally give up. I mean, they let Pittsburgh come in, and then they start fumbling, and they drop the passes. And then when Campbell gets hurt, Wheaton comes in, and the first thing he does is throw an interception, man.
All right, well, Danny, hang on the line. We're going to get you a T-shirt. I don't know that I don't know. You think they quit? You think, Kenny, I'm not saying they quit. There's no way.
They don't have the talent. I mean,
Right.
that's something. You got to look at the Cavaliers. You got to look at the Browns, and they don't have the talent. The Indians went out and upgraded the talent in the offseason last year with the manager as well as players on the field, and we saw the results in victories, and they had they made the playoffs, the one-game playoff. The Browns don't have the talent. The difference yesterday, too, when you look at quarterback play, Ben Roethlisberger versus Jason Campbell / Brandon Wheaton. That's a lopsided victory one way for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Until the Browns upgrade the quarterback position, they're going to be a 500 team or less, and more times than not, it's been less than 500.
All right, Kenny, one of the other things that, they want to say Brandon Wheaton this, Brandon Wheaton that. Look, I don't think Brandon Wheaton's the long-term answer for the Browns. I never have. And now we find ourselves in a position where he'll probably be the starter next week. Barring a miracle, I can't imagine that he won't be the starter next week. But, he comes out on the field yesterday, and the first throw he made was not an interception. It's a ball right into Jordan Cameron's hands, and he drops it. And I think that sets the stage for what's going on. Yes, the fans booed Brandon Wheaton when he came on the field yesterday. But like Brandon said at the end, I didn't hear any boos when we got into the end zone at the end. Well, that's because all the Browns fans were gone. But, he didn't hear. He's right. If you go down, you score, you're effective, guys don't drop passes, you'll be loved in this town. And even though everything bad has happened, there's always a chance to turn it around when you're a quarterback for the Browns.
Well, he's nothing more to me than a backup quarterback in this league. And I think if the Browns release him, somebody will pick him up and use him as a backup quarterback. And you're right, Openaya, had a fumble. He had a couple of drops. Greg Little reverted back, unfortunately, to his old ways, dropping pass. The only guy that showed up yesterday and played big was Josh Gordon, setting team records for receptions in a game and yards in a game, and he scored the game's only touchdown for the Browns. Nobody else came up with a big play in a big game. And that goes back to me to the overall talent on this team. They have some good players. They have an all-pro on offense and defense. You've got Joe Thomas and Joe Hayden, a pair of Joes. And you're seeing the emergence of Josh Gordon, but that's about it. They lack talent. And I think Mike Lombardi and Joe Banner and even Chud, they realize that. And they're trying to get the most out of what they have, but it's not good enough in a weak NFL. I mean, think, guys, there were 17 teams going into last night's late game that had records under 500.
Yeah.
The Steelers are in the wild card race at 5-6 at this point. There's some bad teams throughout the National Football League, and the Browns are one of them.
You know what, Kenny, though, too, and I'll even add on to the talent point that you made. There's a difference, I think, between the talent base of the Steelers and the talent base of the Browns, and I mean it in this way. The Steelers, they grinded out this winning streak. They ground through the bad times. You admit this is not their most talented team. This is not the best Steelers team we've seen come into Cleveland in a long, long time. But they never quit when they got down. They didn't just not show up. The Browns, to me, in my opinion, outside of Josh Gordon, they didn't show up at all yesterday. They didn't want any part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers were a team that's hungry. You could tell, even with the pieces and parts missing, that team still wants to play football. I don't know if I can say the same thing about Cleveland, talent aside.
Yeah, I thought for sure this was a golden opportunity, not only for the Browns to win yesterday, but to sweep the season series, I think, for the first time since 1988. The Steelers are hurt. They're banged up. They're old. That was Troy Polamalu's best game of the season. But you know what, guys? When you're Polamalu, when you're Roethlisberger, and you've had the success against the Browns, it's that comfortability, that confidence that, okay, we may not be playing at our best, but we're 16-1 now with Ben under center against the Cleveland Browns. They feel confident that there's no fear coming into Cleveland Browns Stadium. Again, their rivalry right now, their biggest one, is Thursday night against the Baltimore Ravens. That's their arch rival right now. So like Andy was talking about there, in order for there to be a rivalry, both teams have to win. You have to split each year. And when the Steelers are now 25-5 in the last 30 games, there's no fear whatsoever of going up against the Browns. That's almost like, I don't want to call it a mulligan, but going in there that your chances of winning are pretty good and you feel confident and you rely on what you've done in the past to help you get through a game like that. And the Steelers dominated yesterday from that end of the second quarter on.
All right, it's 7:16. You're watching Dogs on the Run right here on Newsnet 5 and on your Newsnet 5 mobile app, 216-431-3820, or Skype in just the same way Kenny is on our Wayside Furniture Skype line, Dogs on the Run. Guys, we've got about 1 minute to do it, so let's do
the Doghouse.
Who's in the Doghouse today, and we'll start with you, Mike Cairns.
Oh, man, this is such a hard one because it's a team loss. Chris Obanaya fumbling the football. You can't give up the ball. And turnovers, second straight week, killed the Browns. I mean, he's just part of the bigger picture, but I'm just going to throw him in the Doghouse just for quick.
All right, Kenny Rhoda, you quickly, who's in the Doghouse?
I mentioned earlier Joe Hayden. I expected Joe to shut down Antonio Brown. That's the one guy I wasn't concerned about from the Browns standpoint of showing up for a big game, and he gave up the big play there right before halftime that turned the momentum in this game. So my guy that's in the Doghouse is Joe Hayden. Hard to pick on him because he's been picked on all year and he's answered the call, but yesterday in the biggest game of the year, he did not.
My Doghouse this morning is Norv Turner and the offensive play calling.